Hey, you, can we talk about Hasbro PulseCon?
Yeah!
All your favorite brands, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, some fun fan interactive events. And let's not forget our special celebrity guests, including the one and only John Cena, Snake Eyes himself, Henry Golding, Ernie Hudson, and many more. There's gonna be some incredible musical guests, including Lights, Tenacious D, and also Fall Out Boy, who will be sticking around for a live Q&A from you, the fans. Exclusive products, dozens of reveals, and so much more. Whew. I'm ready. Are you? And just as a reminder, for every viewer of Hasbro PulseCon, Hasbro will donate a toy or game to Toys for Tots up to 100,000 pieces. Hasbro PulseCon. You don't want to miss this.
Quit buzzing, light. Oh, you broke. What the hell? Okay, people, welcome back to another Whoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and like the intro said, next week is PulseCon. Tuesday's going to be a preview night where I figure we're going to see teases of things to come later in the week. But then Wednesday and Thursday, exclusives go on sale. On Wednesday for Pulse Premium members, and then Thursday to the general public. And then on Friday and Saturday, there's going to be panels for the various properties on their YouTube channel. Marvel and Star Wars is Friday, and then G.I. Joe and Transformers is Saturday. Maybe it'll be easy breezy. Some previews, and then we just buy our exclusives, everything that everybody wants, and then we get into reveals for the weekend that won't be spoiled by the internet. Maybe? Maybe I'm getting old and jaded by the whole process. Who knows? That's next week. We'll talk about that. This week, I'm putting this right up front today because it's the last day, well, depending on when you're watching this, it's the last day for the sale of the Bandai Warhammer 40K, what are the names of these damn things? Imperial Fists and Salamander Intercessors. GamesWorkshop.com put them up for sale. They said it was going to be a week-long pre-order window, and that started last Saturday. So if you're watching this on YouTube, as it goes up, you only have a couple hours. If you're watching this a couple hours later, I'm sorry. I don't have a time machine. Ooh, time machine. So many toys I would go back and get. There's nothing I can say about these that won't just reiterate the fact that I know nothing about Warhammer, but I will say I did get the pretty blue one that came out first, and it's a nice figure. I'm not sure if it's worth $100, but if you're a huge fan of Warhammer, you may want to get this. Again, right now, the window is closing as we speak. You ready for the now standard block of McFarlane toy news during the weekly? Todd doesn't sleep. What the hell? In the last weekly, I mentioned that the second day of DC Fandom was last weekend. And during that, Todd had a presentation. He talked a little bit about DC and revealed the basic sculpt for the Drowned. Unless I'm mistaken, and I often am, but at this point, it's a running gag. I think this finishes off the main Dark Knight Metal Batmans, right? And remember, she was listed in the leak list we talked about last week, along with Death Metal Batman to ride that sweet, sweet Bat cycle. And then Red Sun Superman and Damian Wayne Robin. Also, as far as leaks go, earlier today, there was a leak of Last Night on Earth Batman, Omega, Wonder Woman, and Scarecrow. And at the top it says Build-A-Figure Bane. As I'm recording this, McFarlane actually posted pictures of these figures. I don't know this storyline, but it looks interesting. And people are saying that Batman should have Joker's head carrying around or something, and Scarecrow looks crazy. Scarecrow looks like that because apparently in the story he rides on Bane's back, and looking at this picture, it doesn't look that far off from, the standard look of Bane. So even if you're not into the storyline itself, it may be worth picking up all these figures to get the pieces to build a Bane that can work in a lot of displays, I guess. I love Bane! Yes! Quit buzzing! Keeping with DC Multiverse, McFarlane also revealed a red variant for the White Knight Batman. Why red? Because it's Target exclusive. And it may also be trying to emulate this cover. Either way, I dig that figure because it's a nice representation of the artwork from that storyline, and while this isn't a necessary figure for your collection, it seems like a nice way to make up some money for the mold of the White Knight Batman. You gotta think, McFarlane does a unique sculpt for every character in this line, so it's gotta get expensive at some point. I don't blame them at all for the occasional redeco or exclusive. If you like the Red White Knight Batman, this is set for March 2021. Take all of what I just said and apply that to the Mortal Kombat line, because we now have official pictures of the bloody variants that was leaked, when was that, a month ago? Here's Baraka, Spawn, and Raiden, who I can only guess that they're gonna get in trouble for getting their nice white costumes all bloody. At first I thought, Spawn in white? What the hell? But the more I looked, the more I thought, ooh, Spawn in white, that's kind of nifty. It doesn't show the Sub-Zero that's in some kind of green costume that was leaked along with these, but don't worry, because there's more variants. There was also a Sub-Zero in winter purple along with a Shadow Scorpion shown this week. Again, reuse never hurt anything, especially if they want to keep some of the more popular characters out there in rotation on the shelves. And if it's not for you, you can pass on by. No harm, no foul. Is that how that saying goes? Okay, this will be a surprise to no one, but I know, well, I actually know less than nothing about Dune. Take what I don't know about Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and Warhammer, bunch it all together, and that's how much I don't know about Dune. That's a weird thing. Can you quantify how much you don't know about something and then have that as a known? Carry the knot, solve for X and Y and C squared. Either way, here's some Dune figures that McFarlane Toys revealed this week, and while I don't know Dune, I don't know the characters, I do recognize the actors here, so that's something, right? Oh, and this is the Build-A-Figure, whatever this is. Is this just some sand dunes? Is the figure invisible or something? Is this a dumbass joke that I'm just gonna run right into the ground? Finally, as an update for the Kickstarter Spawn, Todd took us on a little trip through all the extras and the produced items so far, and even a painted sample of the Spawn figure itself. Fancy box, shiny nameplates, and comic covers. This is just a bundle of 90s shoved all together, and it reaches up and just pokes you in the eye and says, hey, Thursday, Mezco teased a 1/12 Collective Supreme Night Batman Shadow Edition for Batman Day, which is Saturday, which is the day after I record this. So if it's already been up for sale and whatever happened there, I don't know that yet. That's in the future. Again, whew, time machine. That would come in handy. For the figure, there was a leaked picture showing that it's a mostly black Batman, much like we saw with the Ascending Knight and the Sovereign Knight, and then just a hell of a lot of accessories. And as I walked in here to record, D Amazing put up a review on his YouTube channel, so if you're interested, go over there and check that out. But what makes it supreme? Well, I'd figure sour cream, and then some green onions for an aromatic base. I watch cooking videos late at night to unwind. Don't judge me. Again, hopefully everyone who wanted this got it. It was a smooth transaction. Just jumped on, pre-ordered it, jumped back out with happiness and smiles all around. We've seen them at shows, we've seen them teased online, but this week NECA hit us with the full photo spread for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Traag and Granitor. These should be on their way to Target very soon, which could be a good or a bad thing, but if you take a peek at the back of the packaging, you see some Triceraton action down there too, so maybe those will be directly behind. If you're in the market for an even better look, go to the Foosh front page where Matt K got to lay hands on plastic here and point lens for some fantastic shots. To keep that 80s toon action rolling, Super7 also solicited their ThunderCats Ultimates Wave 4. And as this line gets deeper and deeper, I realize that I've probably forgotten more about ThunderCats than I care to admit. I mean, I watched the ever-living hell out of that series, and I'm looking at Pumra going, oh, Thundercat Jesus? And yes, calm down, I realize it's Mumra in disguise, further amplified by the picture of Mumra wearing the head that comes with it, because it has a oversized head for that oversized figure. It's the same for Snowman. I don't recognize this dude at all. I mean, no recollection. I'm staring, and I'm staring, and I'm staring, and I'm thinking, it's a very 80s cartoon, but I had no attachment whatsoever. I do recognize Linkso, though. Wasn't that second season, and I always associate him with Pumara and Bengali. Plus, this just fills out the ThunderCats ranks. I need more of semi-main characters like this, because there's also characters like Monkeyan, who is just grade A classic ThunderCats villain stock that I need on the shelf. Brian has said that they are going deep with this line, and that's furthered by the fact that, well, there's two characters here that I don't personally know, but there's also Snarf down the line that we need, and Bengali, and some other main type characters, more prominent characters. So I guess they're gonna go as far as they can. And yes, I said Snarf. Shut up. Snarf! $45 a piece, due sometime next year. Ultimates are loose. The Walgreens exclusive Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Clone Trooper Lieutenant was only recently revealed, but it's now popping up in stores. The sale date was set for this week, and we waited for the Walgreens website to update, and it never happened, and then boom! Just this morning, Friday, it went up for actual sale. It wasn't a pre-order. I was able to get in that tiny little window, but who knows if they'll actually ship it. I mean, I've had my orders canceled before. It's never a sure thing with Walgreens, it seems. And yes, the Lieutenant is on the old stiff clone body, but that matches perfectly with the Sergeant and the Captain and the Commander, and that finishes off that little bitty crew. I've been waiting a long time for that. I told you to quit buzzing. Oh, but that's not all. Some of the Star Wars Black Series rumors that's been twirling around actually manifested themselves in plastic form this week. First up, here's the Armorer, perfectly timed for the release of the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. I went from the trailer and then saw this, and oh my god, I need new Star Wars figures. The same can be said for the Incinerator Trooper. Perfect timing for this leak, and I hate to say leak, I'm sure they're gonna reveal all this next week, and we'll be like, oh, I already saw that. Give me something new. But the Incinerator Trooper, unlike the Clone Trooper at Walgreens, does use that new updated Trooper body. That makes me happy. Hasbro played it safe with Mandalorian Season 1, or the producers there kept everything closer to their chest, so Hasbro essentially couldn't produce anything. Hopefully they're going whole hog with Season 2. Even if it is catching up and releasing a lot of stuff from Season 1, I don't care. Just give me more Mando stuff. As far as official announcements go, Hasbro posted the results for their Marvel Legends fan poll that happened earlier this year, and with 57% of the vote, Silk won. I thought for sure it would be Sif, since she was only available in that exclusive box set at Toys R Us. Remember Toys R Us? And I definitely wouldn't have said no to an Elektra in white costume, but never underestimate the power of a spider character. I will say the white is way more striking than the gray of the original figure, and I always like that head sculpt. Wait, 3 variant white costumes? Have you ladies met the Mortal Kombat Bloody Variant crew? Now you guys know me, I usually end the weekly with Hasbro stuff because honestly, they're my collecting bread and butter. You go into my display room or see my shelves, it's 95% Hasbro, but these days, I cannot help but get excited when Medicom makes some reveals. Sure, we have to wait a year or more for the figures to actually release, but dang, they've been killing it lately. I love their MAFEX Hush Batman, and it looks like Hush Joker is just more the same. It's definitely that Jim Lee style, which I've always thought is kind of disturbingly long-armed, wacky proportions and a ventriloquist dummy-like face. The suit does look a little odd in blue instead of purple, but it doesn't matter. It's not stopping me from pre-ordering this thing. It's a little light on accessories though, only coming with a pistol that has a bang flag sticking out of it and then a knife. I realize he didn't make the biggest splash in the Hush storyline, but selfishly, I feel like Medicom should have thrown in extra stuff like chattering teeth or something just to fill out the package a bit. Or maybe that's why he's on the cheaper end of the spectrum, at least when it comes to MAFEX releases costing $73. Or they blew the whole accessory budget on the MAFEX 90s X-Men Psylocke. Whole lot of Jim Lee love from Medicom lately. It's known far and wide that when it comes to Psylocke, I'm more of a fan of the Outback Betsy with her armor and the cape and the hood, but seeing the MAFEX figure with its sculpted costume details, with all the little skin showing through in odd places, oh 90s, you're never going away, are you? The purple hair, the metallic blue, I'm already clearing a spot for this, because as far as Ninja Psylocke goes, this one's going to be hard to beat. It's listed at 15 centimeters or 5.9 inches, which essentially nails the size in 1/12 scale. Plus, like I mentioned, the accessories. Woo! She comes with a pair of swords with scabbards and then another set that seems to be attached to an alternate waist sash. That's along with a couple of psychic knives, the focused totality of her psychic power. Yeah. And then a few other power effects. I'm okay with the flat discs and I guess the fist flames, but I feel like this is a missed opportunity to give her the face butterfly effect. That would have been icing on the cake, but those extras kicked the price up to about $83 here. Both Psylocke and Joker are scheduled for August 2021, which means September 2021, maybe even October, perhaps November, or it's just a MAFEX kind of Christmas next year. And that's it for this week, or well, most of this week. You know, if I missed anything, we'll talk about it next week, but I have a feeling Hasbro's gonna be the bulk of next week's news. If you're interested in seeing any of these pictures up close where I'm not all in front of them or anything, I'll be posting all of that, plus links to pre-orders and more information on the Whoosh front page Saturday at noon. And I'm really interested to see how PulseCon works out. I mean, for San Diego Comic-Con at home, it was I don't know, it seemed to miss. You know, it didn't have that same kind of, you just saw the pictures and went on. Here, everything's going to happen like Fan First Fridays, or the reveals we've been seeing from Hasbro lately. Just a panel, pre-recorded, popping up on the Pulse YouTube channel. Hopefully, everything works out. But if you enjoyed this Whoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the Plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or just in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Whoosh. FedEx just delivered my GameStop exclusive Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats Jango Fett, and the big selling point here was that they photoreeled the face. So why package him with his helmet on? It's an odd thing to do.